Hi, this is Amy Romeo from the jewelry making and craft blog amyromeo.com, and on this channel I share fun and easy jewelry making and craft projects. Today in this video I'll be showing you how to make earrings using Cricut's Infusible Ink product. It's really cool, it's really fun to play with. I have all kinds of great ideas that I want to share with you, but today in this video I'm going to show you how to make some simple heart earrings that are great for Valentine's Day or any time of year, and then we'll get into some more advanced projects and other tutorials later on down the road. So if you want to learn how to make earrings with Infusible Ink, let's get started. Today I'm really excited to show you how to use Infusible Ink from Cricut and make some really cute heart earrings for Valentine's Day. And I wanted to show you an overview of what we're doing before I walk you through the materials. So we'll be using a blank that's designed for infusible ink or sublimation, and we'll be coloring it with the infusible ink and then applying heat transfer vinyl as a little embellishment or design on the top. And then here's a few other options. These are all different colors of infusible ink that I'll be showing you, and different heat transfer vinyl colors. So this is a really fun and easy project. It's a great introduction to infusible ink if you haven't used it before. So infusible ink is designed to work with heat to permanently embed the ink color into the surface. It's important that you have a blank or a base that is designed for either infusible ink or sublimation. So I will link below to where I got these little hearts and some other great sublimation earring blanks that you'll want to experiment with. So I can use the Easy Press Mini for this project because infusible ink needs 400 degrees and the Easy Press Mini goes up to 400 degrees. If you're doing a larger project or if your earrings are larger, then I would recommend using the Easy Press. I'll also be using parchment paper to protect my surface, protect my earrings, protect everything from the ink. This parchment paper goes up to 425 degrees, so make sure if you're using parchment paper that it can withstand at least 400 degrees of heat. You can also use a Teflon sheet, you can use cardstock to protect your surface, or you can use butcher paper. To cut the heat transfer vinyl designs, I'll be using my Cricut Maker. You could also cut the vinyl with a Joy or the Explore Air 2. And I'll be using the green standard grip cutting mat. I'll use my weeding tool to weed out the vinyl. I'll be using some craft scissors. These particular earring blanks from Amazon came with the hardware, but if your earring blanks don't come with the hardware, then you'll need some jump rings, some earring hooks, and also 2 pair of flat nose pliers. Then the last thing that's really important is we'll be using some heat tape. We'll be using the heat tape to apply the infusible ink, to place it on the blank and tape it down so it doesn't move. This is not Scotch tape. It's specially designed to withstand the heat of your Easy Press when you're pressing. So I will link to where I got that. That's very important so you don't melt your tape. And those cute little Valentine's Day designs are free on my blog. They're in my resource library. I will show you now how to go and grab those so you can embellish your little hearts if you'd like to with some cute little words and phrases. If you want to get the SVG cut file for the little embellishments that you can press onto your heart earrings, those are in my resource library on my blog. So you'll want to go to amyromeo.com, and on the top menu bar you'll see the resource library. If you already have the password, you'll click resource library to go ahead and enter the password. If not, click get a password and you'll let me know what email address I should send the password to. And once you get the password, you'll return here and enter the resource library with the password. And inside the resource library, I have lots of free SVG cut files, and they all have a number and a name. The one for this project is not here yet while I'm filming, but by the time you see this video, it will be here. It will be number 164. And this blue headline here is the link. So you will scroll down and find number 164, and then you will click on the blue link that says Infusible Ink Heart Earrings, and it will instantly download the folder to your computer or your device. Then you'll need to unzip the folder so that you can access the SVG inside. So in Cricut Design Space, you'll want to start a new project. So you have a blank canvas and then click upload and upload image. and you'll browse to where that SVG file is, unzipped, click on it to select it, and then you'll see a preview of the shapes. Click Save, and then click on it to select it and insert images. And this will bring all of these little embellishments that are perfectly sized for this earring project onto your canvas. So what I would like to do is only cut 2 of them. I'm going to cut the LO and the VE. So I will click off the little eye icon on the rest of these in the layers panel. So only the ones that I want to cut will show. And as I said, these are already sized for these small earrings, but you can size them larger or smaller if you'd like to. And you'll see they're pink. That color is just a color that I selected. The color will be determined by the color heat transfer vinyl or permanent vinyl you choose to cut these from. So I like those as is, so I will click Make It. And then you'll see my little matte preview here. Again, I'm cutting these on the Maker, but you can cut this on the Explore Air too, or the Joy. I'd like to separate these out just a little bit so they have some room around them. If I was cutting these from permanent vinyl, I would leave them the way they are. If I'm cutting them from heat transfer vinyl, which I will be, I need to click the mirror button so that it flips the letters. Heat transfer vinyl cuts in reverse and permanent vinyl does not. So I've mirrored them, I've separated them out a little bit, and I will click Continue. And then I will select the material I will cut from. So I'll be cutting from heat transfer vinyl. This is an intricate design. It's a little bit on the small side, so I like the washi sheet setting, but you can use vinyl or foil iron-on if that's what you're cutting. You can use the glitter vinyl setting, whatever setting corresponds with the material that you're going to cut. So I'll click washi sheet, and then I like to increase the pressure to more when I'm using washi sheet and cutting little small shapes. So I'm all set, and now I will show you how to cut these out and we'll get these earrings made. Okay, so now for the fun part. We're going to actually apply the infusible ink onto our earring blanks. And the one that I'm going to be using is this really pretty sort of speckled pattern in pink. It's called Pink Lemonade. And even though it looks like this here, this is the result that we're going to get when we press this. So when you open up the box, the infusible ink comes in this black protective wrapping. And I actually like to just keep it in there as much as possible and just trim off. So there's 2 sheets in here. One is more of a solid, and then this is the speckled pattern. So I'm going to use my scissors and just trim a small piece. Of course, you can take this out of the wrapper if you'd like to. I just like to leave it in there. And you only want to cut what you're going to need. It's important when you're touching the ink that your hands are not wet or oily or hot. Your skin is not hot because the ink will start to transfer. So now that I've cut a piece about that size, you see how the color is very muted, almost faded, but the color is really going to pop when you apply the heat. So don't be alarmed if the color looks very pale. Okay, so I have my heat tape here. Again, this is specially designed for this process. I have my Easy Press mat, and I have 2 pieces of parchment paper on top of the Easy Press mat. This is to protect any ink from transferring from the paper to the mat, because this will be pressed in reverse. If I just had it pressed like this, it would leave ink on my mat, which I don't want. So this is going to protect my mat. And then I've got my Easy Press Mini up on the highest setting, which is approximately 400 degrees. If you need a really accurate temperature, of course you can use the Easy Press where you can set it to exactly 400 degrees and be very confident that that's the temperature. But I've had success just using the Mini. So these little sublimation blanks, they come with a protective coating. It might be clear, it might be blue, but there is a protective coating, and you've got to peel it off so that the infusible ink will adhere to the blank. If you don't peel off the coating, this is what you'll get, which is a hot mess. So look for, now I've already lifted mine up to start the process. Yours will be completely flat. It's kind of like a sticker. You'll just have to poke around with your fingernail until you can get it and pull it up. Now there's also a coating, the same decal on the back, and that's because these earrings have little holes in the corners, and you want your earring holes, you want a left and a right. So I'm going to peel one for the right, I'm going to peel one for the left, and I'm not going to peel the backs yet. And that's because if any ink transfers onto the back, then it won't be ruining my earring. I will peel this protective layer off the backs when I'm done pressing everything. So I've got the two blanks ready to go. I've made sure I have a left and a right, and I have the protective coating peeled off. They're both facing up. And then what I want to do is tape these down so the surface that has been, the protective coating has been taken off, is going down onto the ink. And then I'm going to use my heat tape, and I'm going to tape them into place, just like this. I think I'll do one more piece of tape to tape them together. So this is going to keep them in place, and it will keep the paper design from shifting while we're pressing. So now we're going to take this and we're going to flip it over, just like that. I'm going to now cover this with another piece of parchment paper. Actually, I'll flip it around a little bit. If your earring blanks are larger, then you're going to want to use the easy press, or you're going to want to press one at a time. And here's a little tip. If you're pressing the earrings one at a time, it's really important that you use a timer and you press each one for the same amount of time. If not, you'll end up with two earrings that have a different saturation of the color because one of them took more color than the other. So I've got my Easy Press Mini ready to go, and I'm going to press for 60 seconds. So I will start this here, and I will start my timer. So it's been a minute. I know I'm going to press my heat transfer vinyl next, so I'm going to drop the temperature down to the lowest setting while I'm working on this. And you can see how the ink transferred from the edges of the infusible ink sheet onto my parchment paper. So you don't want that on your pressing pad. This is a little bit warm to the touch, so be careful. And you're going to just sort of peel them off. And this pink lemonade paper has really pretty speckles and dots and lots of variation. I love this paper. I think it's so pretty. So this is what they look like after they've been pressed. They are warm in my hand. I'm going to move this out of the way. And now what we want to do is put our little heat transfer vinyl letters on there. So I will cut these apart. Sort of place them where I want them to be. Now, as you can see, this pink lemonade, there's lots of different variations. So this one's a lot darker than this one. So this heat transfer vinyl color probably isn't the best for this one, but it's kind of a surprise when you press them. Just lining up my letters where I want them to be. Again, I'll use my parchment paper, and I'll just press these one at a time with my Easy Press Mini, just for a few seconds on each side. And then let me show you here. I'll just peel it up. If when you're peeling up the cover sheet, the letters start to peel up, then you'll want to press the cover sheet back down and repeat pressing just for a few more seconds. And there we have it. Isn't that cute? So what I will do is let these cool off. I'm going to peel off the backing now that I have both of the fronts pressed and there's no danger of ink transferring, and then I'll show you how to attach the earring hooks. Now to attach the earring hooks. And if your sublimation blanks came with earring hooks, you can use those. This one has a regular earring hook and then a sort of horseshoe or wishbone shape at the bottom with two small pins, and they just clamp onto the sides of the heart. So what I need to do is just separate this wishbone opening a little bit more so I can slide it onto the earring hook. So I'll just do that with flat nose pliers, one on each side. And then let me see if I can show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm just gonna poke. See, that's clamped on the front and on the back, and then I can even just squeeze with my fingers, squeeze the little wishbone shape onto the earring. So that's one way. If your sublimation blanks did not come with earring hooks, that's no problem. You can use regular earring hooks and a jump ring. This is a 6mm jump ring. I'm hoping that it's gonna fit on the hearts because these hearts are thick. If not, then we'll just need to move up to a slightly bigger jump ring, maybe a 7 or an 8mm. The trick that you wanna do so your earrings hang straight before you start to attach your heart to the earring hook is we need to twist this earring hook loop sideways so that your earrings will hang straight. And the way to do that is just to firmly grip the hook, and then with flat nose pliers grip the loop, and then just twist 90 degrees. So now the earring hook loop, this is how it was before, and this is how it is now. This is how we need them to be so our earrings will hang straight. So I'll repeat that on this side quickly. And then we need to open these little jump rings so we can slide the heart on. And the easiest way to open jump rings is with 2 pairs of flat nose pliers, and you want the opening of the jump ring to be up in the 12 o'clock position. And then I like to grip on either side of the jump ring with the opening up, and then just twist open with one wrist to open the jump ring. So now I will slide on the little heart, hopefully that will fit, and it does. And then I will attach the earring hook, and you want to make sure the earring hook is going in the right direction. And then to close the jump ring, I will just reverse the same wrist maneuver to close up the jump ring. So there's 2 different ways to attach earring hooks. I hope you like this project and you're going to try making some infusible ink earrings yourself. I actually had so much fun playing with this product. I have so many more ideas that I'd like to share with you. So please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more infusible ink jewelry videos and tutorials. I'd love to make them for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.